Meta just gave away $1.5 million to XR developers, and in this video we're going to be going over some of the winners and also some of the toolkits that they used in order to take home their cash prizes. Now this competition had 32 different winners, so obviously I'm not going to cover all of them in this video, but I am going to point out the ones that I found particularly interesting and fun. Since I can't cover all the winners in this video, make sure to check out the blog post yourself. I'll have a link in the description below, and you should check it out yourself because you don't know where you're going to find something inspiring or not. And a lot of these are using features that you might not have even considered using yet, like the pass-through camera to recognize different objects. And a quick little shout out to Meta for helping sponsor this video, keeping the lights on and keeping my VR content accessible for all of you. Now, a quick rundown of this competition, if you didn't hear about it, it is the Meta Horizon Start Developer Competition. It was held globally by Meta. It tasked developers to either build a new experience or launch a major update to an app that they've already published, and there were multiple categories, things like casual game, social game, entertainment experience, the best implementation of hand interactions, and the list goes on and on. Nearly 3,000 developers joined the competition. There were over 650 submissions from all over the world, and Meta put up $1.5 million in prizes, offering it to 32 different winners in all these different categories. Now, the way I'm going to approach this and talk about the winners is, well, I've just gone through all of them and I found the ones that I found personally interesting. I'm not just going to list out the top winner from every single category, but to contradict myself, the one I'm going to start off with is something that's near and dear to my heart, which is golf games for some reason. I've always loved them. And so we have Tiny Golf, who won the best casual game. And the way that Tiny Golf works is it is mixed reality and hand tracking. You play by literally using your fingers, pinching to line up shots, and pulling back and releasing it like a slingshot, and the ball will get hit and move around your little mini golf course. And what really makes it stand out is the fact that you can build and customize tiny golf courses in mixed reality, grabbing and placing pieces kind of like it was a tabletop toy. I think this shows that taking inspiration from something that already exists and adapting it to a new medium like mixed reality can really work incredibly well. And the tools they used for this aren't that complex. They're using hand tracking, they're using mixed reality, but outside of that, they said that they used what works in Unity. So the Unity physics, interactions, shaders, UI, nothing too crazy. It's just a simple idea that was well executed. Now, another one I found was Pack Attack, which was a winner in the social game category. And this is the kind of design I really love because it pulls people outside of the headset into the experience. The person wearing the Quest is making deliveries and shouting out orders while their friends are on their phones, assemble the packages that are being shouted out to them, and send them back to the headset. Once the package comes in, the Quest player then has to shoot package to the corresponding robot flying around. It's asymmetric, it's chaotic, it's social, and even cooler, it was built in Unreal Engine, which is a great reminder that mixed reality in Unreal is absolutely possible. It honestly reminds me of games like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. One person's in VR, everyone else is helping, yelling, and laughing together trying to figure this thing out. Now, if you're thinking, hey, how did they build the mobile app? The answer is they didn't. Well, not exactly. So instead of having to download an app, instead they built a responsive web interface using React. So players just had to go to the website, link up with the Quest, and then they're ready to go, which removes so much friction instead of having to download an app and yada yada yada. If you've ever played Jackbox Party, kind of similar to that. You go to the website, you type in the code, boom, you're ready to go. So very cool to see someone use React to build a web interface and then also connect that into their game in the VR headset. Another standout project to me was Awesome Hands. This one is all about simple, clean hand movement. Your real hand is mirrored into the play space while balls fall from above. The goal is pretty straightforward. You angle your hand just right to make the balls roll into the target. What's especially impressive is how it was built by first-time VR developers. You can see here that the team started with Meta's building blocks to get things up and running, and those blocks didn't necessarily cover everything they needed, but they were able to extend out the functionality of it, built out what they needed on top of the building blocks. I do really appreciate a great example of focused game design around a single mechanic that can land you in the winner's circle. And again, from first-time VR developers. So it just goes to show you, you don't have to be an expert to be a winner in competitions like this. Next up, we have Infin, which won in the lifestyle experience category. And what it does is it takes a fun approach to making music using the space around you. So it uses the pass-through camera and hand tracking. So essentially, you can make music on any surface by placing down notes, but even more interestingly is you can take objects around you and then pull out sounds from them. So the app generates a sound from items that are just hanging out around you. So what's really impressive here is the fact that it uses continuous asynchronous background object detection. So it's using the pass-through camera and then it's feeding it into an AI to recognize objects. And from those objects, it generates sounds for them. And then you can plug that in to whatever notes you have placed in front of you and have those items play the notes for you. The technology is very impressive. The fact that it can identify objects around you, make notes for them, and then incorporate that into an experience or game that you're making, pretty inspirational and opens up a whole new world of things that we can do. It's just a great example of using mixed reality and AI together that feels creative and fun. Oh, and musical. And in a similar realm, we have chores.gg, which is the best implementation of a pass-through camera access with AI. So the way chores.gg works, you're turning your everyday must-dos like cleaning the house, watering plants, or working out, vacuuming, and it turns them into experience points so you can level up. So it gamifies your everyday life. It's just another fun way to incorporate the pass-through camera and using AI in order to generate experiences, or in this example, experience points to level up in life. Now, whether I want to wear a VR headset while I do the dishes is still to be seen, but I can see as headsets get lighter or we get pass-through glasses that this could be a very fun thing to add to your everyday chores. Here we have Compile Crops, which won in the category of Best Immersive Experience built with the Spatial SDK. This is a mixed reality farming simulator with a bit of a twist. You program drones that plant, water, and harvest your crops, and you place your farm in real space, mixed reality. And the reason it is a near and dear to my heart is because I've always kind of enjoyed educational games. Growing up, I was addicted to Zumbinis. And hopefully that doesn't age me too much, but honestly, I don't care. Now, you're not going to learn any deep languages or anything with this kind of programming. It does programming using a block-based programming, think like Scratch, if you've ever heard of that or used it. But it is a great intro to anyone who is starting to learn programming. So anytime you can gamify education is a big plus in my book, and this does look like a fun interactive way of teaching programming concepts. Sticking to things that I find fun in my book, which is boxing and knocking people off of platforms, we have Final Throwdown. And I did want to highlight this not just because I love games with boxing or knocking people off platforms, it's also because it's one of the ones that won that was an updated build. So this is actually already a game that they were working on called Game Night. This is a mini game within their game Night. So let's look at their MetaQuest store page. You can see here, this is Game Night. It is a bunch of arcade style games that you can play, and they've had some pretty good success here while still being in early access. And the concept is pretty simple. You have two little robots. It uses hand tracking in mixed reality. You have two headsets, and you box at each other and you try to knock each other off. It has different game modes where you box an NPC off while also trying to box each other off, it looks like. And the way they were able to build it was using Unity and the Meta Presence Platform SDK. So again, things like hand tracking physics and co-located multiplayer support. It's nice to see an updated build win, specifically in the Judge's Choice category. So even if you have an app out there and they do competitions like this in the future, you still might be able to update your app and get something in and win. Now, obviously, I couldn't cover everything. There's so many different categories, so many different winners. You should definitely come in and check out the blog post yourself to get inspired or see what other people are doing. And consider using one of these tools that you haven't used before, something like hand tracking, mixed reality. We had some asymmetrical social gameplay in there. Now, if you're a little bummed because you didn't hear about this competition or didn't think you were ready enough, you should keep in mind there were some first-time VR developers who entered this and won. So if you want to stay ahead, make sure to check out this blog post. I know Meta has a program called Meta Start that you should consider joining. It's kind of like Meta's developer support program. And that way, if you want to get the most up-to-date news or hear about competitions like this, then that is the place you want to go to be the first to get that news. Now, I'm really happy I got to make this video. I hope you found some of these things inspiring or interesting, because the Quest does have a ton of different components that you can play with and experiment with. Speaking of which, I hope you take this as an opportunity to go out and experiment with some of the tools and functionality that I've mentioned. That way, when the next competition comes around, you will be ready, and hopefully I get to highlight your game in a future video just like this. Thank you so much for stopping by. A special thanks to my patrons for your support, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!